Hey, welcome to this training. My name is Jonathan Palacios and I am the owner of Tile Digital Premier. I went ahead and put this training together to show you how you can generate your very own leads. In this step-by-step training, I show you exactly what I do for my clients and how I have them ringing off the hook. Now, if you're very interested on how you can do the same thing for yourself, then I suggest that you watch this entire video to its entirety. Just a warning, it's about 40 minutes long, and I know that's a lot of time. So go ahead and save that link in case you need to go back and watch it again. Now, with this training, you'll be able to finally let go of all those other lead gen companies like Angie's List, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, etc. You no longer need to depend on them. You no longer need to depend on referrals, although you will be getting referrals here and there. It's really nice to scale and grow with new customers. So with this training, you'll be able to do that in just under a couple of weeks. It is a lot of work that you need to do, but trust me, if you do everything that I say in this training, you will see results very, very soon. So without further ado, let's jump right in. And welcome to this free training course material. I hope that you are excited as I am because we're about to go over what you need to have in your business to get those 30 plus leads calling your phone each month, month after month. If you put everything in place as I'm about to show you, you will get these results. I just want to preface something here. Depending on how much effort you actually put in, your results will vary. So it goes without saying, the more effort you put in, the more results you will get. If you're serious about taking action and making a change in your business, then you'll find that this training will provide a lot of value. Each new lead and client that you start landing from this training, remember, it's going to be free and you will be getting those results month after month. So it's really going to be up to you to roll up your sleeve and put in that work that's going to be paying off in a few weeks. This leads me to one of my favorite quotes. Success doesn't happen to you, it happens because of you. From Grant Cardone. Some of you guys might already know who he is, some of you guys don't. But this quote here resonates with me because the same thing applies to me. I wanted to do something different. And so once I started taking action, I started seeing results. And so I implore you guys to do the same thing. I know that some of you guys get stuck working within your business instead of working on the business. Like, how do you grow? How do you become a bigger company? And how do you start beating your competitors and your competition? But if you're able to step back and start looking at this from a big picture, you will find that you can do it. And so I know you can, and I'd like to help you get there. This system that I'm about to show you is proven to work. And how do I know this? It's because I spent 3 years refining this process until I got it just right. And I couldn't do this all by myself. So at this time, I'd like to thank my team and my partners for allowing me to use their businesses for my testing and refinement process. But after close to $1 million in ad spend and business sales development, we have developed a formula that can be implemented into just about any contracting business. And I am offering that to you absolutely free. So let's get started. Let's talk about the big picture. In order for you to understand how we're able to get the 30 plus leads each month, you need to understand that there are many different lead sources. A lead source is where your lead is coming from. So for example, many of you are getting your leads from referrals. That is a lead source that you rely heavily on. Another could be from your Facebook business page. Someone might be searching for a contractor and they happen to find your page and then they send you a message through Messenger. One of the key things here is to try to set up as many lead sources as possible and have them up and running and optimized so you can get as many leads from each source. Now, what we're going to go over here is about the lead sources and which ones you should be focusing on to get those 30 leads each month. I do want to say something here. However, once you start getting a lot of leads, managing them will become a problem. And so this is where I tell my people, look into a customer relationship management software or a CRM of some type. There are many, many out there. I'm not going to sit here and let you know which ones to go with, but look into it, okay? The one that I use here is really great. It does everything that we need to. It integrates with all the sources. So it's got Facebook integration capabilities, website chat capabilities, Google My Business capabilities. I mean, it just integrates with a lot of stuff. And so it's really nice to have everything all in one central location. And it comes with an app that my clients can use to message back any of their clients. So what lead sources should you focus on? These are leads coming from your website. So people searching online, people coming from Google Map, They'll search and they'll scroll down, and the next thing they'll see is a map with contractors and reviews. And thirdly is people from your social media. These are going to be your biggest sources of leads. You'll continue to have leads that come from referrals. So just remember, the more clients that you land, the more referrals you'll start receiving down the line. I'll get into the specifics of each lead source in a bit. Now that we've defined our lead source, we need to put in a system in place and a process to better organize the flow of your sales process. If you haven't done this or even thought about it, it's a really good idea to have this in your business. It's a very basic, high level overview of what your process should look like. So here's an example of one. So here we have a lead looking for remodeling work, and then they find you via website. They'll give you a call and you pick up the phone and speak with them. You will then agree on a date to do the estimate. You show up, do the measurements, give the estimate to the client, and then the client agrees and signs the contract if you have one, and now becomes a client to you. So this is a very typical process, but you'd be surprised how many people I've talked to that don't have one or don't even understand what theirs is like. And having one is going to help you fine tune some of the areas where your leads are falling behind or falling off, and it's going to help boost your business. Now, I'm not going to get into great details about that, but I just thought it was worth mentioning it to you. All right, it's a really important aspect of your business that you should be focusing on. Once you have these leads coming in, you need to focus on closing them and closing the deals to increase your closing rate and your bottom line. From the diagram here, you can see here that step 2 is where your lead sources will change. So the diagram right now shows the website, but it can be your social media, it could be Google Maps, it can be wherever they come from. They will follow this same process in order to become a client. So using this process, let's go ahead and add some numbers so that you have a better understanding of how this thing works. Okay, so let's say that there are 2,000 people looking for remodel work, and having everything up, you manage to grab 5% of that traffic, which equals to 100 people visiting your website. Depending on the quality of your website, let's say that you actually get 10% that inquire, so that's 10 people giving you a call. And from those 10 calls that come through, you only manage to pick up 8. And from those 8, you manage to schedule 6 days to give estimate, and for whatever unforeseen circumstances, either from you or your prospect, you only manage to show 4, and from those 4, you actually close 2. Now, this is just an example that I'm giving you, but it's so that it makes sense. What areas do you need to focus on in order to get this number to increase? Maybe you don't need to increase this number. What you need to do is increase everything else in your business to get this number to go up. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to focus on this without focusing on any of this to get this number up. It's up to you to fix this to get these numbers, spend less, and get better results. Now that you have your lead sources and you have a basic process, it's time to get to the nitty-gritty details of each source. We want to optimize each one to give us a certain number of leads that will eventually add up to the 30 plus leads that I mentioned. I'll go over ways to bump those numbers as much as we can for free, and I'll show you how stupid simple it is to take those numbers and skyrocket them with inexpensive ads. So in general, you want to get 15 to 20 from your website, 10 to 15 from your Facebook, and 5 to 10 from Google Maps. And if you add up the minimums, you'll see that you're able to get 30 leads very easily. And with a little bit of more work, you can actually reach up to 45 or more. And I'll show you how to stick a dial into your business so you can crank this up or down depending on your availability. So without further ado, let's start jumping into the secrets. So secret number 1 is your website. This has to be one of the first things that you have for your business. I can't even tell you how many people that I've spoken to that have been in business for several years and they didn't have a website. Now, I'm very impressed and I give them props for making it so far without one. But can you just imagine how much easier their life would have been if they did? I mean, how many more clients could they have landed? Your website is your home for your portfolio, a place to showcase your business and your craft. There are several free resources out there that can help you create a free website, but I suggest that you find someone to do it for you. Trying to learn how to create a website is probably going to be a big waste of your time because you're only going to do it once. So instead, find a freelancer that has experience creating websites in your industry. Ask for samples to look at. If you like it, then hire them. They're really not that expensive. You're looking at around $300 to $7 for a very nice basic website. It'll probably include 3 to 5 pages. If you want a website with all the bells and the whistles, expect to cough up anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000. These have the dynamic and interactive capabilities where the images pop up and they move and shift, and there's just a lot of unnecessary stuff that you don't need. And I mean, if you have the cash for it and you're willing to spend that much, then you could, but I don't think you really need it. There are a couple things that you need to have on your website. So make sure that, if you do hire somebody, you let them know that these are some of the things that they must have. So definitely have some type of headline that'll grab your customers' attention, and be sure to have your company name and your logo. It's really important to have that so that you can start branding yourself and be able to distinguish yourself from your competitors. If you offer multiple services, then consider having multiple pages dedicated for each service. So example, if you're a contractor that offers remodeling services, bathrooms, kitchens, additions, pergolas, whatever, then each one should have a separate page with images and videos. Videos are a much better way to showcase your work. They are very powerful. So make sure that you have these kinds of videos because they help convert better. Also, be sure to have a call to action. So call us today, get a quote today, get an estimate today. Some type of action that you want the person to take. This kind of pushes them a little bit to do something. And so having a call to action kind of helps. Give you guys a call. Now, I wanted to give you guys here a bonus here that I typically don't tell other people, but I'm going to tell you right here. Every person that visits your website isn't going to give you a call. Many of them aren't even ready to buy, but you can leave a lasting impression with the power of video to establish yourself as their trusted contractor. So when they are ready, they will give you a call instead of a competitor. What 3 videos should you have? So you should have maybe a 2 to 3 minute videos on your homepage going over these 3 things. The first one is you want to go over what someone should be looking for in a contractor before they hire one. So talk about having a license, being insured and bonded, having the right equipment, having the right crew, knowing how to work the materials, the number of years of experience. I mean, there's a list of things that people should know about a contractor before they hire one. And so if you actually hit all of those, you will stand out amongst your competitors. You are letting them know what they should look for, and then you have all that stuff that they should be looking for. So in a way, you're kind of letting them know like, hey, this is what I have, and you should hire me because I meet all these criteria points. The second one is to kind of scare them, really. Show them what happens if they don't hire a professional like yourself. I'm pretty sure that you've been called to repair somebody else's work, a Joe Schmo, who thinks they're a contractor, and all they did was leave a disastrous mess. Okay, before you start actually working and tearing down that stuff, record it, take pictures, document it, and then put a video together to show what happens when they don't go with the right person the first time. They're going to end up losing a lot more money in a lot of time. They're not going to be happy with the work, so they should hire you instead. The third video should show how a client can actually save money by choosing inexpensive material, but still get a beautiful remodel at the end. They will love the fact that you're showing them how they can save money. And at the end, it's not going to affect your bottom line because you're only decreasing material costs that you normally pass down to them. You still maintain your labor costs the same, and you still make money out of the deal. You will start seeing that you're going to be closing more deals because of this, and if anything, your bottom line is going to increase. Secret number 2, Google My Business, also known as now Google Business Profile. If you have a Google My Business account, you still want to go through this so that you understand how to optimize it, and if you don't, then this is something that you should really get on ASAP. It is free and it puts you on the map. Just a quick side note, Google My Business is being phased out and will be referred to Google Business Profile in the near future. The only difference is now that you'll be able to edit your listing on a Google search instead of going through a different app or a different website. To get this set up, check to see if your business already has been listed. So a lot of the times, if you've been in business, if you've been operating for a while, and customers have been wanting to talk about you or give you a review, Google will automatically create a business for you to allow the customers to share their experiences about you. If this is the case for your business, then just click on it and hit claim. So Here's an example. I just typed in, you know, Joseph Fuentes Construction, and a business came up that has not been claimed, and it asks here if you want to claim it. And if you don't see your business, then that means that you need to create one. You simply go to google.com/business and create one. Just follow the prompts to create your business listing, and they will actually need to verify your address. They will send a postcard with a verification code, which takes around about a week to show up to your address, and then once you get it, you'll go back to finish the registration. So the prompts are going to be very easy to follow. Just follow the directions, and you'll have one up and running in about maybe 15 to 20 minutes. But please be sure to fill out everything, guys. I'm going to give out a PDF book of this training. There's a checklist on there. Go ahead and download and use that checklist to make sure that you're filling in all that information, because this is going to be very important in order for you to rank up. Okay, when it comes to ranking, you have to be posting just like social media. You want to post images and descriptions of what's going on in the image. So if you're doing a remodel work, bathroom, kitchen, whatever it is, be sure to sprinkle those keywords in there so that when people search for those terms, you are showing up. You want Google to put you in front of other people's eyes that need that type of service. And so if you keep on showing up, what Google's eventually going to do is they're going to keep on rewarding you for putting the right images and using the right keywords in your description, and you're going to have more eyes on you, and you're going to start seeing more leads coming through this avenue. It can easily go up higher than your actual website, believe it or not. But if you do the bare minimum, we're going to see maybe 5 to 10 people coming through here. Secret number 3. Let's talk about social media for a bit. If there is a social media that you should have, it is Facebook. Nearly 70% of Americans reported to have an account in 2020. There are so many people on Facebook. I just don't understand why a lot of people don't have a business page account. There's a lot of traffic on there. Free advertisement, free eyes to get you clients. It's so easy to create one. All you need is a personal account. From your personal account, you want to create a business page. Very similar to the Google My Business. When you're creating your business, you want to select service as the business that you're doing, because you are providing a service. You're doing remodeling work, renovations, tiling, backsplash, concrete, whatever it is, that's a service. Be sure to upload your logo, have a banner that relates to your business, and all the information that you can provide. You can use the same checklist I provided for the Google list so that you can use it and make sure you have all that information: website, business hours, call to action, etc. But here's the most important thing with this, is that you need to be responsive. I mean, you need to have the capability to respond to somebody as soon as they message you. As soon as you get an inquiry, you need to get on it. Those that don't respond typically will lose that lead 90% of the time. People don't like to be left on hold or not answered to. Even if you just acknowledge the message, just saying, hey, I got your message, I'll get back to you in a bit. Even that is enough to get that client. Otherwise, they'll just look for someone else. The next best thing is getting an Instagram account. The same thing, you need a personal account to create a business account, fill in that information, and you'll pretty much be good to go. So Instagram has a very simplistic look. They don't require a lot of more information like Facebook is. And there is some limitations to the biography that you can have for your business. It's limited to about 90 characters, so you need to choose very wisely what you put on there. A lot of people like to have their phone numbers and maybe a link to their website. Some of you guys have very long websites, and so it'll take up a lot of that 90 character space. So what you can do in this case is shorten that link. Not a lot of people know this, but you can actually go to a website service that can shorten the link so it's not too long and takes up a lot of characters in this bio link. The one that I personally use is called bit.ly.com, bitly.com. You can create an account and it's free. I think up to 5 links. You can, put the regular URL that you had, and then it'll spit out a much shorter version of it that you can use for your Instagram account. You could also use it, to send out in text messaging if, you sent your booking page to a client. You just copy and paste it, and it's a much shorter, much cleaner look in a text message as well. Once that you have this up and running, you want to sign into your Facebook Business Manager, which is also known as Meta Business Suite. So on here, you're actually able to control both accounts in one location. And then you'll be able to post once and have it pushed to both platforms, which is really nice. In order to get here, you need to go to business.facebook.com, sign in with either your Facebook credentials or your Instagram credentials, and then it'll actually ask you if you want to link your accounts. It'll recognize that there's two accounts under your user profile name, and it'll ask you if you want to link it up, and you're going to say yes. Once you have that, I mean, you can do things like schedule post out, which is really nice. You can do it on a weekend, have your five posts or however many you want to post for that week, and just schedule it out, and you don't have to worry about it during the week. So social media, very, very important to have as well. Now let's talk about the real secret sauce. Here is secret number 4, paid advertisement for Google and Facebook. Even though you want to get leads for free, it will take a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of effort. It could take months before you start seeing a consistent amount of leads coming in. So in the meantime, you can actually take a shortcut and force the traffic through Google and Facebook with advertisement. The beautiful thing about this is that you'll see that you can actually start spending less and get similar results. Paid advertisement is by far the most profitable thing you can do for yourself and your business. And I'm super dead serious about this, guys. There's nothing else out there that you can invest in and get insane results. Okay, I'm talking about regular investments. Investments like the stock market, real estate, and other things that you can invest in. They just don't compare to how much you can get by investing in your company. Okay, let me break it down for you. Investing in stocks will yield about a 10% return. Investing in real estate, it fluctuates so much, you can get a range of 20 to 45%. Now, don't get me wrong. Those are really nice numbers. Those are really nice returns. But what if I told you that your business can do much better, way better? Without revealing the names of my clients, I will reveal some data. One of my clients invested $4,403 and was able to generate $17,850 on that return. That ROI is 305%. Here's another one that invested a little bit more aggressively, $7,334, and was able to bring $104,683 to the table. That's a whopping 1,300%. 1,300. That's just insane, guys. I can sit here and start listing more and more, but that's just way too many accounts for me to open up and look into. What I'm saying is, this is like buying an ATM, and for every dollar that you put in, it'll spit $30, $40, $50 back at you. Wouldn't you buy that ATM? I mean, seriously, the point here is that your business is a gold mine and you have the opportunity to reap the benefits. So why not do it? When running your Google ads, you'll want to have several ads tackling several different keywords. And you can always add to your list. You can start off with the short list, the keywords that come to your mind, add them and start doing these advertisements. And as time goes on, you'll be able to see what other keywords people are using, and you can add them to your list later on down the line. And this will help boost those numbers crazy. Now, in this image here that I have, I researched bathroom remodelers near Houston, Texas. And here you can see the top 3 companies that are advertising for this keyword. And I wanted to point some things out. This first one right here is actually taking up most of the real estate because they have what's called a site link. These are links to their sites or different pages in their site, and they're able to show it out here just like this. And this takes up a lot of room. I mean, this ad looks huge in comparison to these two. And now they've actually increased the chances of somebody landing on any one of these pages simply by doing this. So this is a good technique to use. Another technique that I actually use a lot is offering some type of offer or a deal. This person here is offering a $2,500 rebate, which is really, really enticing, along with financing. I mean, there's people out there that they love to get work done, but they just can't afford it right now, or they can only afford a monthly payment. And so having this is very powerful, right? And if you actually offer financing it, why not advertise it? Just advertise it and watch these people come in. Okay. Of course, you're going to see big companies like Angie's List, Home Advisor, Yelp, and other big monster companies competing for the same keywords. But I'm here to tell you that the longer the keywords are, the better chances you have of actually beating them, because they're competing for the smaller words. They're probably competing for just bathroom remodelers, and that's it. And believe it or not, the shorter the key term, the more expensive it is, because everybody's fighting for these. So, the trick here that I usually don't tell people is look for longer tail keywords, and you'll see how much cheaper it is to win those bids. And not only that, it's going to give you a higher intent, especially if they're more descriptive. So bathroom remodelers, farmhouse style. So somebody looking for a farmhouse style bathroom, their intentions are a lot higher than somebody just doing bathroom remodelers. So keep that in mind when doing your Google ads. Facebook ads is very easy to run as well. You need to create an ad account through your business page. So we talked about the business page earlier. Facebook is a really great way to show to the masses, just a bunch of people in your area just looking at your ads. And you can control which audience you want your ads to appear to. That way you're able to control the budget and make sure you're showing the ads to the right people. You can target different demographics such as level of income. So targeting the people that make the top 50% of income in that area will help you get better qualified leads. And here's a typical ad that I create for one of my clients, and is responsible for 3-timing his business in just 3 weeks of working with me. So it was very simple ad. We tested very different variations, fonts, colors, wording, etc. And we found a winning ad. And so now, because of this, his phone is just nonstop ringing. He actually had to bring in his wife to answer some of the calls because he couldn't do it on his own. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. This whole advertisement stuff, this is our bread and butter. It is the most difficult thing to do and learn, and it's the most challenging one to master. But it is the most profitable one. This is how we're able to get a lot of clients calling my clients. I'd love to get into greater details on how to set up your Google ads and how to set up your Facebook ads, but that would take an entire training of itself. Actually, both would require different trainings for both platforms. And so if you don't know what you're doing, there is a high risk of losing money. So what I suggest is that you hire an expert to do this for you. Now, I'm not saying you hire me necessarily, but just know there's people out there that are better at doing this stuff than you are, okay? You are probably way better. No, you are way better than remodeling a bathroom than if I were to. So I wouldn't necessarily try to do it myself. I know that I need to hire a professional. So same advice I'm giving to you. You need to know when you need to hire someone to do something that you just can't do yourself right now. So learn to delegate some of this work. But if after my warning, you still decide to take this on your own, then just do your due diligence on finding the resources to help you and guide you in creating your Google ad account and your Facebook ad management account and start creating your ads. Paid advertisement is the most powerful tool to drive traffic to your website and get thousands and thousands of eyes on you. It's how you can actually get in front of so many people with the least amount of effort. You can spend on Facebook as little as $5 a day, or you can spend a whole lot more. The more you spend, the more your ads will be placed in front of people. This is where that dial comes into place. So I suggest that you start with several variations of your ads, test them out for a while, 2 to 3 weeks, take a look at the performances, and then you'll be able to see a clear winner, which ad is performing the best. And then you can focus on that winner. You can take that, allocate the money that you were investing in the other ads and put it into the winning ad and just watch those numbers go up like crazy. And this is where most people get it wrong. They only do one ad. They don't do multiple ads or variation of ads. And so when they do that one ad and they see that it's not working, they'll usually say, paid advertisements suck. It's not for me. It doesn't work. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sorry, but that's wrong. You didn't do it correctly. This is why you need to have a professional to kind of help you out. But I'm here to let you know it's what you need to do. You need to test it. And testing never stops, guys. You always have to keep on testing. That's like the one thing that I've learned in marketing is to keep on testing. Things change, so you need to keep up with the change. Once you've identified what your audience best reacts to, then you'll know what type of images, what wording, what tone, the fonts, the colors, everything down. You'll know all that information so that you actually start spending less. You don't have to spend so much money to get people to click. Once you have it down, people are going to be naturally clicking because you've understood your audience. You've been able to refine it and spend less money on that budget and have even better results. So it is one of those things where you have to be patient and you have to be on top of it. You just can't set it and forget it. This is one of those things that you always need to be looking at. As a bonus, I will give you some pointers. For Facebook, your own images, the ones that you take from your phone, actually work a lot better and best than trying to find a nice professional picture online. Take my word for it. I've done this so many times. I've tested it with so many clients, and each time I test it out, it never fails. Their images work better. So you don't have to spend money and try to figure that out. I'm just going to give you that information. For Google, be sure to add the offer, so the discount. I've seen very, very good results from just putting an offer on there. It makes you stand out. People love to save money and they want to have a nice remodel. So put an offer. Not everybody puts an offer, but you should. Let's talk about secret number 5, automated follow-ups and your sales funnel. This particular secret won't get you any more leads, but it will help you close a lot more deals. And as a business owner, you want to make sure you're capturing every opportunity that comes your way. I've spoken with so many contractors that tell me that they don't follow up. They simply don't care or don't have the time, and they usually tell me that they have other people in the pipeline to keep them busy or keep them afloat. But as a business owner, I'm just trying to figure out why do they think that is okay? As a business owner, you need to get all the deals you can. You need to capture every opportunity that comes your way. Don't let any of these slip through, because now your bottom line is being affected. Now you're losing out on deals. You could close more deals, and you're obviously going to get more revenue out of it if you do that and you start booking out even more. And if you start seeing that you're getting booked out, then it's time to hire a new crew. That's how you know it's time that you grow and get a new team going. This is just how you start beginning to grow your business. Is you start to get serious about capturing every opportunity that comes your way and not letting them slip. If you're still a small business, barely able to keep your current crew, then it's even extremely important to follow up and land those deals and change that around. I understand that things come up and you forget. So I suggest that you find some type of automation to help you with the follow-up process. And I just like to take the time here to let you know what I have here for my clients. My CRM actually has automation built in, a system that places their clients in an estimate given location, quote unquote, and then the system will wait about a week before sending out a friendly reminder about the estimate. If the client responds back before the week, then it's removed from the location and they will not receive that text. But if a week does go by and they haven't replied, then they will receive a text from the system automatically and ask about the estimate if they want to move forward. If they reply, then the sequence stops. If they don't reply, then it'll send another reminder the following day. And so with this system, we're able to close more deals because we're reaching out and we're following up automatically without us having to do so on our own. The system does it for us. And so when we write out the text messaging, we write it in a way that sounds organic. It sounds like it's a human person sending those messages, and we get responses like crazy. This is my secret sauce to closing more deals for my clients. So I thought I'd share this with you so that you can find something to help you out and automate that process for you. Okay, and this is here a snapshot of what that looks like. Now, we also use the same system to actually generate reviews. So if you finished a job, we just put them through a campaign and it asks them how they enjoyed the service. If it was a positive reply, then we send them a link to their Google business. And this is how we're able to generate so many reviews for our clients. And so that leads me to my last and final secret. Secret number 6, getting those reviews. People base their buying decision off of reviews. They will look to see what other people are saying about you. They want to make sure that they're going to trust you and that they're going to love the work. This is a huge investment on their end. They don't want to spend $10, $15, $20,000 on a project and it's going to come out costing them more and they're not going to like it. So you can see why it's important for them to look at reviews and see what other people are saying about you. On here, we can see that there's these 3 companies. 48 reviews, 95 reviews, 472 reviews. Guys, out of these three, just asking here, who do you think somebody's going to look into? This one. Very easy. Even though this is at the very top and they have 5 stars with 48, this has 472. More people have been visiting and done business with them and continue to do business with them. And so they have more confidence with their people. People are going to be clicking on this one. But in order to get these reviews, you need to have your Google My Business profile set up. So go back to secret number 2 and get that done ASAP, because this is where you want to be. This is where you're going to be getting more lead sources. If you think about it, 1 in 10 will actually leave a review. So if this company got 472, that means that they've been able to service over 5,000 people. Isn't that crazy? The secret here is not to be afraid to ask your clients for a review a few weeks after you completed the work. Give them some time to digest the beautiful work that you did for them. They will have a better experience to explain in the reviews. This step can be hard to keep up, and I get it, which is why a lot of contractors don't even bother, or they forget to get the reviews. And when that happens, you can see that it affects their reviews online and they don't have as many. So again, we live in a day and age where everything is online. People base their buying decision on what other people are saying. So the more reviews you have, the more chances you'll have to have your business selected over others. With automation, we're able to ask the reviews from your clients. So I just wanted to show you guys what our template looked like. Here's an email template on the phone. This is what it will look like when they get it. And this is what it'll look like as a text message. So we actually send out in both formats, just in case other people have a better response via text message or via email. This will have your logo, the contact first name. So this is just a code that'll insert the name. So this is how we're able to automate and just send mass texting without having to type in all the names ourselves. And just to let you guys know, reviews is used by Google to help you rank as well. So in conclusion, you have now seen firsthand everything that I do for my clients to achieve the 30 plus leads every single month. And not only that, but I also share secrets on how to close more deals and boost your online reputation. I'm telling you, if you put everything that you just learned into place, I promise you that you will get crazy results. At the end, you should have a solid marketing plan, and it should look something like this. You can see how the leads will just be pouring in, and my clients love it. Their phones are ringing nonstop. So again, just going over here, have your website optimized, have your social media optimized, have ads optimized, have your maps optimized, and you'll see how everything's going to be flowing into, we call it a landing page, but this is your website essentially. Have automated follow-ups, text emails, and then book that appointment. If you can have a booking page and automate that, now you're not even talking to the client anymore. This thing is on autopilot, and all you're doing is now showing up to their house to give an estimate. How awesome is that? You wake up every morning and you see you've got 3 bookings to go and give an estimate. That's the kind of service that I'm providing and my people are seeing. So if you're interested, there's actually a link at the bottom where you can book an appointment to speak with me, and we can talk about setting something up for you. If not, no worries. There's another link that'll give you a PDF version of this training so you can have in your pocket and use for your marketing needs. And I just want something in return. If you guys put in the work that I'm telling you, would you please let me know? I want to hear about your success. I want to hear what worked for you. I want to get that feedback. So if you guys can please just email me back at jpalacios, and that's spelled PALACIOS, at tiledigitalpremier.com. In a couple of months from now, just let me know what kind of leads were you getting, and then what are you getting now that you've implemented this. That's the only catch that I ask, and I hope that you guys kill it out there. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a good one.